This episode of Witchpolice Radio is brought to you by our friends at the Park Theatre, who have a number of great shows coming up. For more information, visit myparktheatre.com.
Thank you to everyone who supports my dad's show. If you'd like to support Witchpolice Radio, go to patreon.com/witchpolice today.
You're listening to Garbage Hill, Winnipeg's first podcast network.
Welcome to Witchpolice Radio. I'm your regular host Sam, and I am once again in a Robin's Donuts, and this is the fourth Robin's Donuts we've been to for the show. This is actually a new one, which is kind of cool because there were a few that have become the regular Robins, and one of them closed now. So
oh shoot!
Yeah, so now I only have one regular Robins to do. So, but now I have a new one here. This is kind of cool.
I'm honored.
So the other voice you're hearing is Sophie Stevens, who has not been on the show before, but I kind of interviewed you before.
On an episode
of Mom's House, which was cool. And part of the reason I want to talk to you again is because I feel like in that interview I didn't really talk to you much.
Yeah, fair enough.
You were there and you were backing up Mike Ehrenberg.
Yeah.
And the only information I had been given beforehand was his friend Sophie is coming.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you were like there to hang out or there to play instruments or whatever.
Cool.
So I had absolutely nothing prepared. And upon rewatching the episode, I realized that it's all Mike-centric questions.
Well, it's his music anyway. But.
Right. So I felt kind of bad because then I started seeing all your stuff you were posting on Facebook and everything and YouTube, and it was like, I could have asked a lot more questions, but had I only known. So I'm glad that we can actually
I'm so jazzed.
Do this again. So I guess maybe the Micah thing is a good place to start, just because that was kind of where I heard you first, right? So from what I remember from that interview we did, that was a very new thing you had just started with him.
Yeah.
And so do you want to just give me some background about what your musical background is, I guess? And then
what my background is?
Yeah, and how you ended up joining up with Micah, and then we can go into what you do now.
Totally. I mean, I've been playing music for like my entire existence and had played piano for like 10 years, like lessons and everything. And I showed up at a music festival because my friend had dragged me along and I didn't know anyone there.
Yeah.
I saw Micah there and I was like, oh, damn, I know like all of your music. Just because like, I don't know, when I like a musician, I really like to learn all their stuff just because it teaches me how to write music and how to play music. So then I was, I didn't like say, hey, let me show you my impersonations of your music, because I didn't feel like that'd be really weird. Yeah, no, totally weird. And so then someone else was like, hey, Sophie, you should play a song. And I was like, I really don't want to do that.
Right in front of the guy who's telling me
yeah, exactly. Sure. So then I played one of his tunes, and he was like, alright, cool. And then we just jammed throughout the weekend and ended up jamming more throughout like the later months, and then I kind of just infiltrated his band, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys sound really good together too.
Thank you.
It's really good compliments to each other's vocals and stuff. So
yeah, it's fun.
It's cool. So I guess like one of the things that I've noticed about, as I said, you've been posting a lot of videos and a lot of covers and originals and things like that, and they're really good.
Oh, thank you.
So I just kind of felt bad that I hadn't talked to you before.
Oh my god, no worries.
But one thing that I noticed about your kind of online sort of presence, which when you're putting these songs out there, is the like just incessant positivity, which is awesome, and I mean that in the best way possible. It's because there's so much horrible stuff on the internet.
Oh yeah,
like every day, and then it's like, oh, here's a song, and you're basically telling people to have a great day and all this stuff. And
exactly.
So where does that come from?
I just this is again like as dorky as learning all of someone's music. I just like really love people a whole lot, and I know that there's like so much garbage in the world, and I'm a big fan of sociology, so I know a lot about. I don't know a lot about. I'm starting to learn a lot about like oppression and social issues and socioeconomic things, and just it's a big bummer, especially because my friends. I just know a lot of people with either mental health issues or who are going through a lot of times, and so just throwing us positivity is always good. And I mean, I don't even really I don't usually like cliche kind of posts that the Facebook moms kind of share, the stereotypical ones, but I make them anyway just because I think that people deserve to feel a little bit less crappy in the day.
Cool.
So.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Does that ever clash with the type of song you're playing though? Like, do you ever feel like you're doing maybe a downer of a song? And you're like, hey, have a great day, everyone.
Totally. It's just like me doing like aftercare, just like, I'm sorry if I made you cry, just like have sweet dreams, or whatever. But yeah, totally.
And then what was the reason behind releasing songs like that? I mean, you're doing what, every week or more than that?
Yeah, I'm doing covers every week and then like original songs every 2 weeks because I wanted to try to like, I'm jamming with a lot of people and like playing shows and stuff, but I really wanted to have a platform to just put out my music for people to listen to because people are like asking me to like have versions of my tunes, but I'd been recording some stuff with Micah and some other friends like of my own music, but I wasn't sure when exactly I was going to release that in the like near future, and so I just wanted to have one way for people to listen to my music or have a wee smile or block me on Facebook or whatever.
Right, if it's second way you're seeing a lot of notifications. Yeah.
Exactly.
Has it worked though? I mean, have you seen like positive response?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's like not in like a pretentious like, oh yes, people are really reacting.
Sure,
like,
but I mean, if you get good feedback, I guess. Like,
totally. Like people have messaged me and said that it's made them smile, and that's like a big deal for me because I want to make music so that I feel better and so other people feel better.
Right.
So if people hear it, then like that makes me really happy.
That's cool.
And I've been posting in. There's a few little groups because again, I'm a super nerd. I've been a part of like a lot of different music fan groups in the past years of my life, and so I've been posting covers in those groups just
like covers of whoever the artist is.
And like making contacts through that because it's a lot of fun to reach out because the internet is such a beautiful way to get to know people, and it can also be horrible.
God, it's like
terrifying.
You get on here, you get the amazingness of it, and everyone's together, and then just like this nightmare.
Exactly, nightmare realm. And so I've been trying to utilize the internet and just like getting to know people through that. Like I don't want to be some crappy internet born child or whatever, but it is fun to utilize what is there. So I mean, totally.
Well, it's totally like I get the impression that I'm probably a lot older than you.
Perhaps.
Just, like I've started playing in bands in the 90s, like mid 90s. So and
fair
like
enough.
When we were starting bands then, like that wasn't even an option, right? Like it was very different. And I kind of am jealous of. I haven't played in a band in like 10 years. I'm sort of jealous of people coming up now because they have that opportunity to just like, here's my song, here it is, you heard it. Like,
exactly.
It's kind of neat,
It is neat, but at the same time, like, of course, I'm going to hyper-romanticize that, like, aspect that you had because, of just actually having people to jam with who aren't just, like, sketchy synth kids that I'm afraid of, you know? So, no, it's totally...
Oh, we had those back then, too.
Yeah, I guess.
Sketchy synth kids.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. Is it weird doing it all in video? Like, because it's got to be different than just recording audio and posting, right? Because you're right there and you're talking at people.
Oh, it's super. It is weird. It kind of makes me because I think I would prefer to have audio out because that's how I listen to music. I rarely watch video, and so it's difficult because I know that I have to sound good, but I also have to look good. I don't mean like look attractive, but I have to look like I.
There's an image. There's something.
Exactly.
You can't be looking like you're bored and you're singing something very emotional, right?
Or I have to shower like God. So no, it's a lot of like I really like it because it's teaching me about video and I my video skills are no good, so it's been a great way for me to learn. Just like learning how to songwrite every 2 weeks, it's been really nice to learn how to figure out video stuff. So yeah.
Does it feel more personal that you're looking at these faces people you're watching?
Totally. It's kind of weird. Like, oh, what are these people going to think about my face today or whatever? But it's definitely it's a fun medium to explore and to like I have to get a video completely through instead of like having to cut things up or whatever. Yeah. So it makes me better at my music, which is good.
So you'll do it like 4 times you have to?
Sometimes 400, you know.
Oh, really? Okay. Cool.
But yeah, totally. It's a doozy.
Was it like intended as an exercise in songwriting to just force yourself to get something written? Or?
Totally, yeah, because I love songwriting a lot, but sometimes one of the best pieces of advice I'd ever gotten was from who was it from? It was from Glenn Radley, good old drummer boy, who was teaching me about songwriting, and he said that like one of the best ways to like get better songwriters is to sit down with your instrument and everything. Because I was just meeting a bunch of new people because I hadn't really been surrounded by music people until this year because I met them at the festival.
So that's very recent then.
Yeah, totally. So
you just dove right into it.
Yeah, basically swimming around. But yeah, it's been pretty. It's been a good exercise for sure, just to have to force myself.
Is it, like, have you ever released anything that way that feels like it's not ready, but you just feel the pressure to...
Yeah, totally. Like, there's at least one song on there that I was like, okay, well, it's out. but afterwards I was able to work on it, and I still had something out to prove that I had been working on it, I guess. Yeah. I always try to put out something that I'm more or less proud of, or like
hope so.
Exactly, yeah. not just spewing out garbage, hopefully, but it's been there's been some sketchy moments of me not being entirely confident, but after the fact, it's always okay. Yeah.
And I know I am loved. I am needed, and I know I am loved here, and I know I am needed. Constant validation from the people you love is enough when you don't like yourself and you don't have internal motivation. Oh, constant validation through numbers from up above. God has got me out of this one again and again and again and again and again, and I think about all the people that I meet who love me so. Boy, do I ever love them more than they will know, more than they will know, more than you will know, more than they will know. I am loved here, and I know I am needed, and I know I am loved here, and I know I am needed. There's a girl who's yelling rescue on a place where bad guys die and the rovers are all red here, and the grounders never touch the sky. It's winter here, but not forever, and there's still reason to try. There's aliens moaning far away, carried so dang far away and wide, and friendly faces in the space between this metal joy machine, and I am bursting with the joy I felt since being old enough to fly. There's a way and there's a will if I just try. And God, there's so much left for me and you and us, and me and you, and I am loved here, and I know I am needed, and I know I am loved here, and I know I am needed, and I know I am loved here, and I know I am needed, and I know you are loved here, and I know you are needed.
How many of these songs that I don't want to just dwell entirely on the video thing,
that's cool.
I think it's a cool idea. So how many of these songs make their way into your music later on? Like, are they all songs you're going to play maybe future live, or some of them just, no, this is for the video and I'm done with it forever? I've I've said what I need to say with this. And, yeah.
Ouch. For the most part, I'm writing it so that I have music to play, because I like I said, I started I don't actually know if I said this or not. I started songwriting in August of last year, and
even despite all those years of playing music and stuff.
Yeah, I was mostly just learning other people's covers to teach me about songwriting, and then I just decided, I was like, all right, it's time. I'm gonna put my skills to the test, I guess, and found out that it was something that was learnable and super fun to express, and so. I hope that all these songs, I have a show coming up. I mean, like I said, I don't know when they, or not when
it might be over by the time this comes out.
Exactly.
It's always the problem with these. It's like someone says something, oh yeah, next week, and it's like, it's not coming out till,
brutal.
Yeah, it'll be September or something.
Exactly.
Next week, cool.
But they can think about it in retrospect.
Right. Or they hear this like 3 years down the line.
Oh my god, exactly. Yeah. Wholesome. Yeah, I'm having my first Winnipeg show in a long ass time, so I'm gonna hopefully play a lot of those tunes that I've been posting, because my arsenal is growing and I just love creating so much. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, if you keep doing it regularly too, you just keep growing and growing the songbook, right?
Heck yeah, hopefully, yeah.
I don't know if this applies to you, but one thing you mentioned earlier about just now, actually earlier, about just getting into the songwriting aspect of it, despite having played for a long time. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of people I know who play music have played music for a long time, whether it's being classically trained or just getting to some high level piano or guitar or whatever, and they can't write songs because the brain sort of focuses so hard on the this is how you're supposed to do it, and I need the music in front of me. Was that with you or?
Definitely, sometimes, because something I've been really working on is writing simple songs. Well, I mean, I'm classically trained, hardcore in piano, so I have the technical skills to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But then, applying it to writing music, sometimes I just will. It depends on the instrument. With guitar, I don't feel very confident on guitar. I'm trying to learn very hard because I love guitar very much and writing on it. But it's been very interesting to figure out. If I want to write a simple song, I play the guitar because I'm okay, there's a G and an A and a D and then a G again. But with piano, I find that I utilize a lot of the training that I have to make something cool. Because I care about. This is gonna sound I don't know if this is going to sound cliche or pretentious or anything. I really care about the music that I write, and I guess that's where everyone...
Well, you should. You'd hope you would. Right?
Yeah. And I don't usually really like to write cliche songs.
Okay.
But I don't know what a cliche song is, so I'm not sure if that's grounded. To me, I guess it's very subjective. And so using piano to come up with whack-ass stuff is a lot of fun for me.
Okay.
But yeah.
But was there a block at first of not having something in front of you to go off of?
Totally. Because honestly, my piano training is more she taught me a lot, my piano teacher taught me a lot of technique and everything, tried to teach me how to read from books, but I was just not very good at the visual aspect.
Okay.
I can read sheet music and everything fine, but it wasn't my favorite way to play. And so being able to use the skills that I'd been taught to come up with crazy, different melodies was very, it was definitely a different approach for sure.
Cool.
So.
Because I found that I know people who, when I was growing up playing in bands and stuff, they'd be amazing guitar players.
Yeah.
And then you'd say, okay, cool, let's make a song, and they're I don't know how to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
What notes am I playing? I don't know. You figure it out.
Totally. It's really hard to break away from that. But I also find that if you have the skills from learning instruments, it's really helpful to be able to craft songs because you're able to hear something in your head and be I'm gonna play that, and then you play it because you have the skills. But at the same time, it's just spitting everywhere. Oh, God. It's really cool to be able to break away from that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally.
Well, it's always I always wonder about that line because my kids, I want to get them into music. We've got instruments at home, but I also don't want them to you feel forced to do it.
Yeah.
So I have drums and keyboards and guitars and stuff, and it's just
awesome.
I want my girls to play music, but so I can live vicariously through them.
Exactly.
But then I don't want to force them either, right? So it's hard. It's I don't want to put them in some kind of intense piano thing or something because I'm worried they might end up one of those kids I knew who was an amazing piano player, but then never. Yeah. So it's weird. I don't know.
It is weird, but at the same time, if your kids end up really wanting to do music later in life, they're going to be so grateful that you did force them to do it.
For sure. Yeah.
But I guess it's as long as you're not being crappy about it.
One of those asshole parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Stage parents. Yeah.
But I'm definitely not going to teach you how to parent because I have no skills in that.
No. The music part. Yeah,
totally.
Sure. So what's and I know this is very recent that you started songwriting, but are there any kind of major influences that you have pointed to when to kind of get you on the road towards?
Other musician wise?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of the actually.
Just as far as someone you heard and say, okay, this song is amazing, I can do that, or
yeah.
that kind of thing, right?
Well, some of my absolute favorite musicians, the ones that really inspired me, I was really into Of Montreal for a long time.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of them. They're ridiculous. Kevin Barnes is just creates and creates and creates. He has 16 albums out since 1999. That's an album a year or whatever.
Sure.
So wait, we're definitely not in 2015, I guess. But anyway,
might as well be.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, no. Definitely Kevin Barnes and a lot of. I actually only recently got into Joni Mitchell, but listening to the way that she crafts melodies, just going all up and down, has been absolutely wonderful.
How did you get? It's sort of like a backwards thing, right?
Yeah.
How did you eventually find her?
Actually, I was living in a house in Arlington, and a lovely individual named George Penner was Sophie, we're going to clean the attic today. And then he put on Blue, the album, and then I was just this is the best cleaning music I've ever had in my entire life. And then I started listening to her and just delving into all of her, a lot of her stuff. I'm still a Joni Mitchell poser, but
right.
oops. But yeah, it's been, she's really badass. And I've been trying to listen to more female artists because growing up, I didn't listen to a lot of female musicians because I guess, you know, not everyone, like a lot of the rock and roll is so male dominated, so I wasn't really sure, but then I've been getting into more female musicians, and like, it's like cliche, but Regina Spektor has always been like hardcore for piano me. So.
Oh, for sure, the piano part, definitely. Whether it's on Montreal or Joni Mitchell or anyone else who's influenced you, do you hear that coming through in your music? Like if you're playing something, you say, oh, this totally is a Joni Mitchell passage, or, you know? Yeah,
like sometimes I wish I could say something was a Joni Mitchell passage because she's so cool, but like sometimes I'll hear, it's more like I'll write it's kind of like reverse. I'll write something and then I'll be listening to a song and I'll be like, oh crap, did I just like jack that from that song? Like not steal it, but like there's different patterns I guess you can take, or just, because I find that Joni Mitchell, I don't actually know the musical theory term for it, she just explores the heck out of scales to the max, like jumping octaves and everything, and so sometimes I find that I do that a lot, and it's been nice to like, it's always nice to find music that is representative of like what you're creating, because it's validating, I guess. So
well, I think she's someone too who plays like a quote unquote simple type of music, but there's so much technical stuff going on in it, like it's
totally
it's like it's easily accessible, but then also not if you're
exactly you can turn your brain off, but you can also listen intently to
or you're just like, whoa, what just happened there? She's got the jazz things happening, and
all cool. The jazz things
it's very cool. So no, that's good. The Joni Mitchell makes sense. I mean, you know, acoustic guitar thing, I can kind of see it, but
I feel like less with like the acoustic guitar, because she's
very technical.
She's so good, and I just like strum, and I've been learning more, but like, I really respect what she does melodically. Okay. But definitely, I wish I had her skills. I'm getting there. I'm not giving up, but
Well, how long have you been playing guitar for?
Like actually playing guitar, probably like a year or two.
That's really not much at all, right?
Like actually dedicating time to it and everything. Okay. But it's always been something I've wanted to learn.
So when you're, if you're going to record songs to actually get a good recorded version, are you going to keep it as just you singing and playing guitar, or do you have like this idea of filling out the sound with other stuff?
Definitely. Like I've been playing with a lot of different people, and I didn't, for a really long time, like I didn't really know what I wanted my music to sound like, but I've recently been jamming with a lot of friends and seeing like what sounds good for my music, and I didn't realize that having banjo would be the coolest thing on the entire planet. So it's just been, so I mean, I've just been like getting other people's ideas as well as my own, and just like hoping to get some other people on my recordings and everything. Right now I'm just focusing on like piano and guitars and vocals, but like when I'm recording by myself and everything. But definitely hear a lot of different sounds coming from there. Cool.
Which I guess kind of blows, and I'm so often embarrassed and anxious. I'm growing in your arms so tightly, so politely, bright and frightened, let down lightly, oh fortnightly. I know that we shouldn't, but we're probably going to. I know that we shouldn't, but we're probably going to. I know that we shouldn't, but we're probably going to. I know that we shouldn't, but we're probably going to. I will hold my breath so I can hear yours next to my ear in the dark on this long car ride home. I am lost in this touch, although we cannot offer much, just leaning knees into each other's and elbowing just like brothers. picture of your hand, feeling like a kid in a snowsuit too big, and feeling like a little kid in a snowsuit too big. Body hand. You are simply the coolest. I'm sorry I don't make the rules. It's just the way this cookie crumbles, and I keep asking you the same questions, not because I do not like your answers, but because I want to hear you talk. And my friend told me that you are the first person that she doesn't want to kill or slap or bury in the ground for hurting me. So could you stick around, stick around, stick around, stick around, stick around, stick around. I know that we shouldn't, but we're probably going to. I know that we shouldn't, but we're probably going to. I know that we shouldn't, but we're probably going to. I know that we shouldn't, but we're probably going to.
As far as shows go, I mean, obviously when you're playing with Micah, it's a bit different because he's got a whole band, right? So
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, do you prefer playing with a large group of people, or is it how different is it for you?
I don't know. It's kind of nice because both is really nice because playing with the band is really cool because everyone in the band is so friggin' talented. Like, I'm not talking about me. I mean, like, everyone I'm playing with is just so absolutely, like, sometimes I'll just sit there and play and just look at them and be like, how y'all?
Yeah.
So that's really fun, and it's challenging, and it's great exercise in listening instead of just like, I'm going to play my piano part and not care about anything. So, I mean, that's like with all bands, I guess. But I also really like playing my solo stuff, but I like doing the duo stuff with Micah because there's more exploring you can do with that because it's only two people like communicating. So
where it's not gonna get lost in the sound, the larger sound.
Yeah, it's both are so fun and challenging in their own ways. I think definitely.
Do you think that you're gonna eventually have your own band? Like, is that?
I'm building that up. I have some people joining me for a show coming up, or in the past,
depending on
exactly. Which will be really fun because that'll be the first time I've had someone else join me on my music besides Micah, and so. Yeah, no, I'm so jazzed with that, and I think that'll be fun. I'm gonna try to get some shows for the summer to explore more band-esque stuff. So,
where do you think you fit in within the local music scene? I mean, I know you said you're fairly new to it and everything, but I think it's probably easy for someone watching one of your videos to be like, "Oh, this is a folk singer," because you have the guitar.
Exactly.
But I mean, I don't know if that's how you would consider yourself. Like, I mean, do you think you fit into that whole folk roots kind of scene locally? I mean, I know Micah does, but he also is a little bit more electric too at times and stuff.
Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest, because I guess it just depends if it's like the people or the music. Because I think I definitely fit in with the folk.
Yeah.
Because they've all been very kind and accepting and just the chillest people. But I mean, there's no way that my music sounds this way. I absolutely love the punk scene in Winnipeg, and I don't know, it's just been really fun to explore all different types of people, because usually I don't think about it as like, I almost separate the music from the people, I guess. So like, music-wise, I guess it would probably be folk, but I also really like the folk people. Yeah, I don't really know. I have a bunch of different places.
And folk is such a huge umbrella too.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I have no idea, like, honestly, what even my music would fit into, really. Just trying to figure that out.
Well, it's almost not a bad thing not knowing, because then you can go with whoever you want and not have to worry about, oh, is this my genre?
Exactly. Yeah, no, totally. Labels, man.
Yeah. Well, it's hard too, right? Because I mean, now I think that if you were just something like a straight up country singer or a rapper or something, it's much easier to be like, this is what I am, this is my scene. But yeah, if you're playing anything that's a little bit nebulous, like
nebulous. I like it.
I like that word. I've been using it a lot lately, though. I just like as I said it, I realized I just said nebulous again.
That's amazing. I'm gonna use that one.
It's a good word.
Definitely. Wow.
Like it's funny you mentioned the punk scene though, because I feel like no matter what kind of music I'm talking about on the show, like 85% of the people I interview were in the punk scene at one point.
Oh, neato.
Like whether they're playing country or hip hop, again, use those examples, or folk or punk or any metal, whatever.
Totally.
There's always just some guy who is like, oh yeah, I was in a punk band in '97, or, whatever. Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's weird. It's like, yeah, it's always weird that you're not.
I
you
know.
weren't in a punk band.
I wish. No, there's still time. Maybe
time.
in a few months we'll see.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
the folk.
your style has completely changed.
Exactly.
But then it comes out and people will be like, oh yeah, the punk singer. Yeah, no.
Oh my god, that would be. Yeah, I want to learn how to punk sing or sing. Yeah, whatever that would be.
Punk sing, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's oh my goodness, the technical work that like I find punk musicians actually put into their stuff is so good. Like
for something that's supposedly so simple, right?
Exactly.
Like,
It's so much. Yeah. Oh my god. Like one of my favorite local bands and like favorite people ever is Dinner Club.
Okay, yeah,
and,
that's
like,
good.
they're like, and I saw they've actually probably been the best show I've ever seen. Like including like touring acts, like just
really?
like how dedicated they are to what they're doing.
I've never seen them live. I've heard some stuff online and
you
everything.
so
but
should. Yeah, no, they're killer. So
Cool.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a really neat, inspiring scene for sure.
We should try to get shows with the punk.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because that was like, I don't know if it's still a thing because I'm old and don't go to shows anymore. But like when I used to play shows as a teenager, like again, this is like the mid '90s and stuff. There'd be like 1,700 punk bands on the bill, and then there'd be one folk singer opening up. Like so, there was there'd always be that one person there, like sitting with a music guitar to warm while we were waiting for the room to fill up.
Exactly.
And then
I love that.
18 sounded like punk bands came out. Yeah.
Wow. That's okay.
So you need to figure out how to get that role.
Exactly. I'll put up my resume or something.
Yeah.
Wow. Good stuff.
How long do you anticipate the video thing to be going on for? Is it going to be just like ongoing? Or?
Yeah, I think it's like indefinite. I'm not sure because I really am aiming to get like my own music out, and I'm going to be working a lot with Micah this summer to record stuff.
Cool.
But I'm definitely kind of I think that's a really good way to push myself into it, and also to utilize technology.
Yeah.
Because like
for good rather than evil. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like yeah, totally. I find that like I have a very weird relationship with like people who use YouTube as a strict kind of thing. Like
Okay.
I don't usually like a lot of like YouTube singers, like not in like a pretentious or like judgmental way. I just like a lot of times it's not my scene kind of thing, and I was worried that I was going to be like labeled as a air quotes YouTuber, but I think that that's not really what I'm doing. I think I'm just putting out my tunes.
You're just singing into a camera.
Yeah, it's a format that is accessible for me right now while I am getting equipment and affording equipment.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Sure. So yeah, definitely still enjoying doing that. So.
Just trying to play it cool, man, you're acting like a fool here. Not from the chase, but from the spotlight. you, masculinity askew, wanting to ask all these questions. Are we both playing it cool? Cause man, I'm acting like a fool here. Not from the chase, but from the spotlight. Only a lover's tale of love, guys, waiting for needs to change, and for seasons to rearrange. All what's kind, and all what's heavy. All what's kind, all what's kind, and all what's heavy. Then it starts when things get ready.
Well, I guess there's no real, other than the pressure to get the song right, there's not really anything you have to worry about, right? There's no deadlines or anything. It's just, even if you decided not to do one for 6 months, you could always go back and just do another one because,
like, hey guys, no, totally. I'm really excited to put out actual music, and I have some actual plans out, but it's definitely been a good, like, while I'm figuring out the more private aspects of my music, trying to figure out, all that, so.
Well, it's almost like performance too, right? Because it is performance, because you have an audience whether you see them or not.
Exactly, yeah. Whether I believe they're there.
Right. I'm sure you see the view counts or whatever.
Oh yeah, stressful. But yeah, no, totally.
How do you pick the covers that you do for those?
Okay, well, most of the time of course it's always songs that I love.
Well,
that would be weird if I was learning crappy songs.
Songs I hate.
Yeah, maybe that'll be a section I do. But yeah, it's mostly it's like what songs have I been. I guess, like, looking back at the covers I have done, some of it's like new music that I've really loved and worked on, and some of it's like old stuff that I've had in my head forever, or like the first covers I've ever learned. Like, I did a Fratelli's cover, which is pretty dorky, because they're like 2004 Brit pop or Scottish pop kind of stuff. So yeah, it just depends on like what I'm listening to usually that week, like what I am. Or a lot of times it's like, what skills do I want to learn on guitar this week? Like,
this song happens to have that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
So it's kind of like, even though I'm saying that it's like a way for me to like get my music out, is also a fantastic way for me to learn. So,
sure, yeah.
You know, as lame as that, or as silly as that sounds.
No, it makes sense. So yeah, because you can challenge yourself to learn something different and then apply that to your own.
Yeah, totally.
Do you feel like you have to make the song your own? Like, is that a big part of how you do it, or is there ever just like, this is what it sounds like, I'm gonna play it exactly note for note, like, straight up? Or?
I think it depends on the tune, but like, cause most of the time, well, if I've been trying to buy this microphone off of this person for like the past like month, and they're not getting back to me, but because I really want to record my piano stuff, but it's a little bit trickier because you get all the clunkiness when you're just recording with like whatever crappy microphone I have.
Yeah, I know all about that.
Oh yeah, I know, totally. And so I'm mostly just doing guitar covers, even if the songs aren't usually guitar covers.
Okay.
But piano, like I said, is my main instrument, and so it's been pretty interesting to try to teach myself guitar covers of songs that aren't necessarily guitar, or do piano versions of songs that aren't guitar, or that aren't piano.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it just depends usually, but I do like making it my own in some way, because I think that's the whole point of covers, is to like, you like the song, so you're gonna make it your own. Yeah. Like how it inspires you, I guess. But yeah.
Well, yeah, because if you just play it straight up, why not just listen to the original?
Yeah, totally.
Do you find it easy to transition from piano to guitar? Like, I mean, if there's a song that you've originally learned on piano, is it easy to just transpose it over to guitar, or do you have to kind of rework it a bit?
It's usually easy, like, because usually on guitar I am just doing simple strumming stuff, because that's what I learned earlier on in life when I was learning guitar, the chords and like the patterns and everything like that, and so I'm still learning finger picking stuff, so it's easy, like, chord-wise, especially because if I'm trying to learn a guitar song and I don't know guitar chord, I can play it on piano and be like, oh, well, that's
what the chord is,
all along, so, because, so it's been a really cool, I'm really grateful that I learned piano, because I was told that, like, it's always good to learn piano as a good basic instrument, because you learn mostly the theory instead of just the keys and stuff, so,
yeah. Instead of just 3 chords and here's a power chord, go,
exactly, No, I mean, like, it's definitely a good, like, learner instrument, and you can do amazing things with piano,
oh, for sure,
but, like, but it's also definitely a good basic starting thing, to be honest.
Well, I think it's like, I mean, as someone who plays piano poorly, I've played like in a couple songs on bands, but like I usually played guitar and bass in bands growing up, and I never really learned piano or had any kind of formal. And to me, the concept of splitting your brain in half to do both hands, I can't do it. Like, I can do chords, no, I'm fine doing chords or like a riff on a piano, but on guitar I can do, because the hands are connected, right?
Totally.
Piano, I still can't figure out how to just split your head in half and do that. It doesn't work.
It's definitely like. It takes, it's like another language. It's weird, because it depends on what you're learning, but of course, like, right hand usually does melody, left hand's doing like the cool bassy stuff, but it's a bizarre instrument.
It is weird, yeah. So I guess you have like an advantage then if you're able to do that from the get-go and you pick up another instrument, it's like, I can already do this weird thing where everything's separated.
Exactly. Part of me wishes I learned drums instead, because that would be probably even more intensive in that regard, but like, piano.
Well, for sure, because then you got your feet going and your hands, that's it,
Oh, so good.
Cool, That's why I hope the kids who have a drum set for them, and I hope that they...
rock and roll chicks, you know.
Exactly, right, exactly.
That's amazing.
So if people are hearing about you for the first time on here, what's the best thing for them to do to find out more? Like, the videos, I'm assuming, is the best...
I mean... It's kind of dorky, but the good old Facebook page and the YouTube page is pretty cool to check out, I guess, for that, because everything is there, like, music-wise, and, again, social media, Instagram kind of stuff. Instagram is mostly just I post pink pictures, and that's it, but definitely for music-wise, it would just be my Facebook for sure. I think my URL is Spider Sluggos.
Yeah,
for
so what does that mean?
I like spiders and I like slugs,
okay.
so I just combine them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, kind of silly, but definitely. I think Facebook for sure.
Cool. Okay, I'll link to that in the show notes so people can check it out.
Awesome.
And so one other thing I want to ask you is. You're wearing a cap now, but the toque thing. I feel like when I first met you, you had a toque on, and that made sense because it was cold out.
Exactly.
But then I started seeing more of your stuff, and you just always seem to have a toque on.
Totally.
So, and now you have a hat. Is it just like this is the summer version?
It's because this is the summer version. As soon as it's winter and cold in Winnipeg again, the toque will be brought out. Okay. But I figured that this is pink too, so it
kind of fits. It's the same thing. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So it's just a temperature thing?
Yeah, totally. This crummy city, you know.
Yeah, I know. Fair enough. Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. And then, are you regularly playing shows with Micah now? You're actually permanent member of the band?
Yeah, no, I've been for a few months. It's been pretty cool. I don't know if I should plug any shows.
Well, depending on when this comes out, but people can just check out, I mean, he's got a website and everything, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely check out Micah's if you haven't already. I mean, you probably already have, but, like, if you haven't, you should.
Check them both out. Once you're done listening to this, go to the Facebook page, and then go to Micah's website. And
perfect.
Cool. And if you want to hear more episodes of this show, go to witchpolice.com, or find us on all the social media crap, just the same, And by the time this comes out, it'll probably be more than 300 episodes in to the show, so all the archives are there for free download and streaming. And if you're a real keener, you can tune in on Sunday nights at midnight on UMFM, and old episodes of the show get played. So like it's it's summer now. This might not air till like the middle of winter.
Yeah, exactly.
On UMFM, which is cool because it's like a delayed thing, so people can find it online anytime they want. But if you happen to be listening at midnight, all of a sudden this could be on there just randomly.
Wow, that's really sweet.
It's kind of cool, yeah.
Oh, that's a really cool setup.
Awesome. Okay, well, thanks again for meeting me with weird Robins. It's
Thank
not
you.
my usual Robins, but
my first Robins experience.
I know, yeah.
No, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Save some time for some 11 prayers accidentally. Fill a cab ride home with cheese, making for the most unpleasant underwater adventure of the year. Fear and blind anxiety. Why do you do this to me here? what a pleasant world we are. I can hear you breathing. 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 It's true, I do believe that some word of yours could relieve all of my pain that pours out of my body like a bottle or a curse, when all I do is assume the worst. All I really wanted was to be alone with me. But now that I am here, I'm not so sure that I like the company. Embarrassingly said to